Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So in my previous video, I showed my implementation of voxel space engine using Raylib. I thought it would be pretty good if I had a common Raylib template or Raylib project template which I could reuse in my other Raylib projects as well. So in this video, I'm going to show how to set up Raylib on your system firstly, and then how to create a common project template, a Raylib project template, which I can reuse or which can be reused for multiple Raylib projects, and also a Makefile using which we can build our Raylib projects on both Linux as well as macOS or OS X. So yeah, let's get started. This is the Raylib repository where the Raylib source code is present. Before we can start working on our Raylib projects or create a template, first we need to have Raylib on our system, and doing that is pretty easy. All you need to do is go to this repository and download the code. For that, you can simply with this, and you can simply do a git clone like this. But I won't do this right now because I have already got Raylib source code cloned. So I'll simply cd to the repository, and then what you would want to do is, rather than building from the current master which might be unstable, we need to get the latest tag. As of now, the latest tag is 5.0, which means version 5.0 is the latest, and we don't want the dev version, we want the stable version. So in case you have cloned Raylib repository earlier, you can always update your local tags, like the tags present on the local, using this. Okay, then I will just switch to 5.0. So if I check the git branch now, it will show that I'm at a detached head at 5.0. So now what we can do is we can build the Raylib source code, and for that all we need to do is first cd into source. So this is the Raylib, this is the folder where the source code exists. And then the other thing you need to make sure is that you have got GNU Make installed. And if you have GNU Make, to build the static version of the library, all you need to do is execute this make command. When we pass platform equal to platform desktop, it's like we are asking the make command to build the static version of the library. It's also possible to build the dynamic version of the library, or like a shared version of the library, or a web version of the library, like which can be used for web platform. But in this video, we'll stick to the static version of the library. So yeah, let's proceed with this. So once the build is complete, you can see that the static library has been generated in this directory itself. So if you do grep lib raylib, okay. So yep, the archive file has been generated, and now we need to install this library and the Raylib header files in our library path and the headers path. So for that, all we need to do is sudo make install. So now the static library and the header files has been copied to the correct location. So the header files, which are raylib.h, raymath.h, and rlgl.h, they have been copied to the correct system's header paths, right? And the library has been copied here to usr user local libraylib.h. So this means now Raylib is installed on a system and we can start using it in our project. So I will start with a very simple Makefile and a project structure, which essentially will be something like this. So yes, so this is a very simple basic Makefile, and I have a single file which is a main.c. This is just a sample code which sets up a window and draws the text Raylib project template on the screen. Let's pretty tiny code snippet. And if we look into the Makefile, it's just as of now suitable for running a single file Raylib project, such that the file contains only main.c. We are starting with defining our compiler, which is cc, which is basically GCC compiler. Then we have a variable called libops, which has some options for linking the correct library. And as you can see, like we also need to link some other libraries like the GL library, the libthread library, and x11 being some of the other libraries you would want to link so that your Raylib projects work properly. C files, we have only a single C file, which is main.c. The final binary that will get created is simply out over here. And finally we build and we run. This should work as expected on Linux, which is so right now I'm using uh, Ubuntu, right? I'm using Ubuntu 20.04, and if I want to build this tiny Raylib project, I will simply do make, and if I want to run it, I will simply do make run. Yep, and so it creates the window with the text drawn. So now what we are going to do next is we would want to make this Makefile generic enough so that it can work on OS X as well, so that we can build and test our Raylib projects on macOS as well. This way you don't have to maintain two different makefiles, but you can use the same makefile to build it on Linux as well as on OS X, right? And also we will see how to make this makefile a bit more flexible so that we can use multiple header files, like both are game related header files as well as external header files. For example, how we can use the raygui header file so that we can have GUI components on our screen, as well as the physac.h header file, using which we can simulate physics in our projects, right? So yeah, let's see that. Okay, so now we are on OS X. The first thing we need to do here as well is we need to first build Raylib for macOS, and that's pretty similar to Linux, and it's pretty simple as well. We need to first download or clone the Raylib repository, but I've already done that. So I'm inside the Raylib repository right now. So I'll start by going inside source, and similar to what we did on Linux, we need to execute the make command. Make platform equal to platform underscore desktop. So I've already done that, and I've already built the library file. So here it is. So the next step on Linux was to install it onto the system paths, and for that we did something like this. However, if we try to execute make install on OS X, what we get is this. So basically Raylib hasn't implemented the install command for OS X, as a result of which we cannot use the make install command to install Raylib on OS X, but we will have to manually copy the Raylib library file and the Raylib header files to our project template. So I've made some changes to our Makefile to support Raylib project builds on OS X or on macOS as well. So let's go over those. As I mentioned, I've done some changes to the Makefile and the project structure as well. So unlike the very simple structure that we had on Linux, here I have created one include folder, right? And I have created a lib folder, and under the lib folder I have created a Darwin folder, and inside the Darwin folder I have pasted the libraylib.a that got generated in the Raylib source directory. So this file that we have in raylib/src, I copy pasted it under lib Darwin. Under include, I've pasted the two header files that we need to build our Raylib projects. That is the main header file, which is raylib.h, and raymath.h. And now let's go over the Makefile. I've done very few changes in the Makefile as well. These are the things which we already had. We already had compiler defined, which was GCC on Linux. We have the library linking options, the output file name, and the C files. Now the two extra things that I have added in this section is the include paths, and the include path is the include folder present in our project structure. We use -i to tell the compiler that along with the standard include paths, it should search the project structures include folder as well for any header files, right? And then we do this. Using this, what we do is we are fetching the platform on which the code is executing, on which the makefile is executing. Using shell, we are telling makefile that I want to execute the uname command, and it will return the value. So if I execute uname on macOS, it will return Darwin. However, if I would have executed the same command on Linux or on Ubuntu, it would have returned Linux. So that's how I know that we are not on Linux but on Darwin. And I compared the platform with the keyword Darwin. If the if condition satisfies, then I just simply override a few options in, or I override a few variables from the variables defined here. So the first variable I override is the compiler variable, and I set it to clang, right? And the other variable that I override is libops. So under libops, I first tell compiler that along with the standard paths for libraries, it should also search lib/darwin, which is present in the project structure itself, to search for libraries, right? And that is where libraylib.a is present. And also I link the library using -l raylib. So capital L is for registering a new search path with the compiler, and small l is for linking with the library. Along with these two things, we also pass a number of frameworks to the compiler, and a framework is something which is very common on OS X, but not that common on Linux platforms. What a framework essentially is on OS X, it's a bundle of shared libraries, header files, and things like that, right? So yeah, we don't have to put much of our focus here. We pass a couple of frameworks like the OS X Cocoa framework, the GLUT framework, and the OpenGL framework, and that's it. Like, these are the extra things that we need to add to make really project build on OS X. So let's try it out now. And also under the build, I've added these in the include paths as well as the libops, which was already there. Let's try building it. I'm inside the Raylib template project directory, and I'll try to build now using Make. And as you can see, it built successfully. And now I will run it. And yes, it's running as expected. Now the next thing that we want to do, or we want to see how to do with Raylib, is using some external header files, some external extensions to Raylib, like raygui and the physac, the physac library. So let's see how we can do those. So first we will start with raygui.h. So to add raygui.h or raygui.h to our project, the first thing we need to do, get the header file for the same. So for that we need to go to the raygui repository, and once we have opened up the repository, we have to go into source. And interestingly, if you see, inside source there is nothing but only one header file. The entire library is contained within this header file, within this single header file. So now what we have to do is copy this header file, paste it in our include. So for that, what an easy way would be, we can press on raw, copy this URL, move inside include, and we can simply do wget -o raygui.h and then the URL. Okay, so we have raygui.h now, and now we should be able to use this header file inside our project. So just to show that raygui should be working now, what I'm going to do is once again go to raygui repository, go inside examples. Now here you will find lots of examples on how to use the GUI components provided by raygui. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this controls test suite.c. So the first very important thing that we need to follow is, if we want to use raygui implementation, we need to define this macro in our source code, and then we can simply include raygui.h. And to show that it's all good to use, what I will do is I will simply copy a button snippet into our source code. So let's copy this button, this save file button, and I'll just paste it here, and then I'll build it and I'll run it. So now if you see, we have a tiny button here, which means our raygui header file is working as expected, and we are able to draw or put GUI components on the screen. And that's how you can use the header files provided by raygui in your projects. There is another awesome physics library for Raylib which is called physac, and in order to use that we also have to follow similar procedure. This is the library, and if we want to use physics in our Raylib projects, all we need to do is simply copy this header file, our includes folder. The other thing we need to do is similar to how we defined this macro over here for the GUI implementation. We will have to define a macro called physac implementation, and we will have to then hash include physac.h. So yeah, as simple as that. So the beauty of all these libraries are like they are just a single header file contained libraries, and you can simply download and paste the required header files in your includes folder, define the necessary macros if required, and you are good to go. So yeah, that was it for this video. I just wanted to share how we can have a single generic Makefile for both Linux and macOS systems to build our daily projects, and how we can use the extended header files which are compatible with Raylib in our projects. Thanks for watching this video, and see you next time.